Alright guys, birth vlog number 2 looks different than birth vlog number 1. I got a membrane sweep on Thursday. Today's Saturday, March 16th. And I've been having contractions pretty much since Thursday night. But today they got more consistent. Saturday they got more consistent, like around 4 o'clock in the morning. They were like every 30 minutes and then every 15 minutes, and now they're down to like 5 and 6 minutes. So we are going to the hospital. It's like 5 or 6 minutes away from my house, and I already said bye to Lukey. Did you say bye to Lukey? Did you say bye to Lukey?
Yeah.
And we're on our way. I took a picture this morning because I figured it was the last time. But it hurts. Alright guys, we are admitted officially. I am 6 centimeters. My contractions are getting a little stronger. But they put me into the room. I signed all the stuff for epidurals and all that. It's currently, ¿qué hora es, baby? 2:15. It's 2:15. I've been having contractions since, like, well, okay, my contractions started on Thursday after my membrane sweep, but consistently since about 4 in the morning. And I was 3 centimeters when my doctor checked me on Thursday. Today I'm 6. Yesterday, I didn't record all the stuff. I know, terrible. But yesterday I went to Bonnet Springs and I walked around with Lucas. And now we're here. We're just waiting. I told my mom, I'm like, they have all the stuff. The baby's little thing is ready. The nurse just came in. Everything is ready to go. And the room is huge. It's beautiful. They actually have like a good bed this time for Mom and Frankie. Are you ready?
Yep, we're ready. We're ready. Come on.
We're placing bets on how much he's gonna weigh. Frankie said he's gonna be 7'6". I don't think so. That was how big Lucas was. And I definitely think he's bigger. I haven't made my guess because I don't want him to be bigger than 8 pounds. So I don't know my number yet. I'll figure it out in a second, but I'm getting a contraction. I'm not supposed to eat, but I'm so hungry. Huh? Alright everybody, I forgot what Celeste I told you, but it's, what time is it? 7:15. I am 7 centimeters still, but they broke my water to see if everything will go faster, so I got an epidural because I didn't want to get that done without epidural. So now I'm just sitting here with my legs open so that way he can get a little lower. The nurse checked me and she said that she can feel that he has a lot of hair. So we're just here waiting. Frankie went to go get a coffee. He doesn't want to eat. I think he's just nervous. So pretty soon we'll see. Leo, who gave you something to eat? Mom gave me Twix.
How you feel?
Good. I have pressure, but
Feeling good.
quiero verse que tú sabes. Hi everyone. This is future me. I'm making a pause in the birth vlog to explain because you're gonna be super confused. Everything is gonna move super fast after you just saw me holding Frankie's hand and crying. Then it doesn't make sense. So I wanted to explain a little bit about what happened because everything after this is gonna move super fast. So as you guys can see, I got to the hospital. I was around 5 or 6 centimeters and everything looked great. Honestly, I was really surprised because I wasn't in that much pain and I thought a 6 would be more. I was still walking around. I was still feeling good. And the nurses were actually like scared of me. I was trying to walk through the halls and I was like, no, I'm gonna walk this baby out. So Frankie was helping me walk around the halls and all the nurses were like, oh my God, this is your second baby. Like he's just gonna pop out of you. Like you really should be in the room. So I walked and stuff. Like you guys can see that we spent the day, right? So now it's nighttime. There's a shift change. My doctor, the one who has been attending me, she was the one who was previously on call. Now it's 7 p.m. and there's a new doctor on call. Fast forward, I don't see this person until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. They sent a midwife in to check on me. And so I don't see this doctor until probably 2 o'clock in the morning. He's some Puerto Rican guy. He walks in and he checks me and he says, what is happening? Why are you still here? Like, you need to have this baby. He said it in Spanish. She was like, ¿Qué te pasa? Ay, no, tú llevas aquí desde la 1, ya tú tienes que parir. So I'm like, he just walked in with all this energy and I'm like, I have no idea what's happening because up until this point, there are no complications with me or baby. Everything is going good. We're just not like progressing as fast as they want, maybe, I guess. So he checks me and then he gets upset and he's like, ¿Quién le dijo a ella que ella tiene 8 centímetros? Ella lo que tiene son 6. No. And then he starts fighting with the nurses and he's like, you guys need to give her this much of Pitocin this often. I forgot what it was that he said, but the nurses were like, whoa. He walks in and then he says, anyways, you've been stuck here. He's like, you're gonna have to have a C-section. What? Like, the room stopped. He walks away. The nurses like kind of like slipped out of the room. I think because they were like scared, offended. I don't even know anymore. That's the video that you just saw. Me crying, Frankie holding my hand. My mom is praying in a corner. Because I have no complications. Everything looks great. And then this guy walks in and tells me that things are not moving fast enough and I need to have a C-section. Obviously, nothing against C-sections. There are times where people choose them. There are times where they are medically necessary to save you or to save baby. Obviously, those are the discussions I had with my husband. If it's medically necessary because of me or baby, sure, whatever. That's going to be my last option, right? But nobody realistically wants to hear like, oh, you're going to have a C-section. That was my worst fear. So I'm crying, obviously. My mom goes on the floor and she starts praying. Frankie's holding my hand, praying. I don't even know how Bianca got that video because it was chaos. The nurses walk back in and they are profusely apologizing. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's not normally like this. They go get the charge nurse. The charge nurse comes in and apologizes to me and she says, I'm going to advocate for you. She's like, if you want me to tell him that he's not allowed in this room anymore, I will go out and I will tell him that. And she told me, if anyone is going to tell you that you need to have a C-section, she's like, I will be honest with you, but now is not the moment. So I kind of calmed down a little bit, but I didn't want them, maybe this was me being naive. I didn't want them to remove him because outside of his rudeness, you could tell that he was a really good doctor. Like, he knew what he was talking about. So I said, let's just work with it and see like where it goes. So next checkup, he comes back. He's like, I want her to get checked every hour. So next checkup, he comes back. He does something, and then he's like, okay, we progressed 1 centimeter. Sounds good. Next checkup, he comes back and he goes, okay, something is going on because we're stuck at 8 centimeters. Something is wrong. He brings out una cinta de medir, like a tape measure type of thing. And he measures my stomach, takes out his calculator, and does some type of calculation. And he looks at us and he says, oh, this baby is about 9'6". You're not going to give birth. You're going to have a C-section. So again, C-section, he says the word, again, C-section. He goes, this baby is too big and that's why you're stuck at 8 centimeters. Like, you're not moving. And then I guess the nurse had spoken to him, so he was a little bit sarcastic. And he was like, if you want, you can wait until 7 a.m. when your doctor comes back in. But she's going to tell you that you need to have a C-section. So at this point, I wasn't even scared about the C-section. I was in denial at this point. And I was like, my doctor's not going to do that to me. So he brings in an ultrasound machine and he discovers that Leo, he's head down. But instead of like going like this, his head is like turned to the side. And that's reason number 1, he's big. Reason number 2, he's like turned in a weird angle. And that's why he's not progressing, because he's kind of, in other words, he's stuck basically. So again, I'm like praying all the things. Okay. I've paused because I forgot to mention, before my doctor clocked out at 7 p.m., she said, I'm going to break your water because I think this is going to make it go faster. So I got scared and I said, okay, so give me the epidural because I don't want to feel when you break my water. In hindsight, I think that was I shouldn't have made that decision. Now I know for next time. But I was afraid of I guess, pain. I never felt someone break my water before because for Lucas, I had epidural. So I said, okay, give me epidural. So now from that point forward, I have epidural. I can't move. Okay. So now we're going back to the other doctor. When he comes back, tells me that he's flipped over. He's like, whatever, if you want, it's fine. Wait for your doctor. She's going to tell you that you're going to have a C-section. Whatever. So right before my doctor clocks back in at 7 a.m., I tell the nurses that I want to get on my hands and knees. Pause to say, moms, please do your research and please advocate for yourself. I know this sounds funny, but I did a lot of research on TikTok on laboring positions, what to do, what not to do, how to push. I did so much research on just all that stuff because just outside of me being a mom, that all fascinates me. So I had seen a lot of videos that if a baby is in a certain position and they're stuck, you need to get on your hands and knees, and then you need to put your knees together and your legs apart. Okay, you're going to see it in a little bit. So I tried to do that, but because I have the epidural, I can't move my legs and I keep like slipping off the bed. So the nurse tells me, I'm sorry, you can't do it. You have to stay laying down. My doctor clocks in at 7 a.m. Now this is Saturday. And I'm happy because I'm like, that jerk is gone. My doctor is going to tell me the real deal. And she's going to be like, no, girl, you got this. My doctor comes in at 7 a.m. and she says, you're still here? She's like, oh, at a certain point, we're going to have to start questioning if he's going to come out on his own. My world started to fall apart because I'm like, no. I'm thinking to myself, my doctor's not going to tell me that. Like, she wants me to have this baby naturally. So that's when I really like started to contemplate, like, I'm going to have a C-section. I was so scared. I started crying again. And I just felt like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, this is not, I couldn't figure out what was happening. So I literally We're standing in the room. Everyone is quiet. The doctor's quiet. I'm quiet. We're looking at each other. Like, so I'm like, okay, so like, what can I do? And she says, I can give you 30 minutes. If you want to bring your epidural down, I can give you 30 minutes. But in 30 minutes, if he's not down, we need to start talking about a C-section. She leaves the room. I get my epidural lowered to basically non-existent. And I get on my hands and knees. My nurse, who is an angel, her name is Heather. I will never forget her name, Heather. She was also pregnant, and she stayed in the room with me for 45 minutes while I got on my hands and knees. I did hands and knees first, and then I did like hands and knees, but like with my hands on the top of the bed. You're gonna see that video now. I stayed there for 45 minutes. She held the monitor on my belly because it was moving, obviously. I put my knees together. I put my legs apart. I was rocking back and forth. I was doing all the things that I researched on TikTok on how to get this baby down. Okay? She tells me, please don't push because if your what is that called? Your cervix, if your cervix is dilated and it's swollen, it can get whatever. She told me all these things, but I'm going to be honest with you. At that point, I was like, if I'm going to get a C-section, I'm going to die trying as much as I can. I'm going to do all the things. So every time I got a contraction, which mind you, now I can feel them because my epidural has been lowered. Every time I get a contraction, I bend down on my hands and knees and I'm like, I'm not like, ugh, I'm not pushing like that, but I give like a little push. And I'm just praying. I'm like, God, this kid needs to come down. I cannot have a C-section. Like, oh my God, I feel I feel all the emotions all over again talking about it. But I'm like, whatever, I'm in a very vulnerable state. So 45 minutes go by. My nurse tells me, okay, I think that's enough. It's been a few contractions that we've done back and forth. She's like, I'm going to lay you back down. My storage just ran out and I had to switch phones. So I'm going to make this quick. Basically, she tells me it's been 45 minutes and we need to flip you over, put you on the peanut ball. I need to go check my other patient. She walks out of the room and I kid you not, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel everything. I feel the worst pain that I have ever felt in my life before. And I'm like, oh no, I need them to come back and put my epidural. I just remember flashes of it because my eyes were closed because I was in so much pain. Again, you're only going to see little clips because it all moved so fast and it was so like crazy that we really didn't get a lot of clips of it. But when you see me like holding onto the bed and screaming while my mom is solándome, that's what was happening. I actually thought I was gonna die. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And if you know me, you know I'm very like calm and collected. I started screaming. I never thought I was gonna be that person in labor. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. So I have my eyes closed and all I hear is, I just hear the little button for the nurse. And my husband is freaking out. The nurses are not answering. My husband goes outside. He opens the door. He goes into the hallway. He's like, there's no one here. He starts screaming into the hallway. My wife is about to give birth. It got crazy. The nurse walks back in. We tell her about the epidural. Whatever. The anesthesiologist was at a C-section. All of the nurses were at another room because that person that she went to go check on started giving birth, and you guys know they flood the room. So there was no one. I'm dying. Okay. I feel this baby there. Like he's there and I feel him and I feel my contractions. It feels like I'm going to die.
And I kid you not, it had to be an angel because till this day, I know it was a man. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know his name. Some guy, some angel showed up with a bag of epidural, and he goes into the room, plugs it back in, turns it back on, leaves. Was not the person who put my epidural in the first time. I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he went after, but he was amazing. The nurse starts freaking out and she goes, I know this sounds scary, but if you're in this much pain, because I'm like, I have to poop. He's there. He's in my butt. And she's like, I think this is a good sign. I think he's there. I think he's down. So she checks me and she goes, oh my God, I don't feel your cervix. Like I'm holding his head. He's here. I think we can push. A sense of like relief comes over me and my mom and Frankie and Bianca. And we laugh about it now because they all looked at me and they're like, you did it. Now you just have to push. Which is like one of the hardest parts. But we all felt like a relief of like, oh my God, finally, thank you, Jesus. We're not having a C-section. My doctor walks in. She goes, let me see you push. I push. And she's like, oh, we're having a baby. She turns around. She does the thing. In total, I pushed for 26 minutes. And Leo was here. He was massive. You're going to see now. He was 9'2", and that's why he was stuck for a long time. When his head came out, there was like a mirror thing, not a mirror, like a light at the top, but I could see myself from the thing. So I kept looking up, and when I pushed his head out, it would not come out. And his head finally came out, and my mom, the room was like, oh my God, this kid is huge. I could see it in their faces. So that's why now when you see me push him out, the first question I'm like, is he massive? Because I knew he was big, but in my mind, I know I said I was going to tell you what number I thought he was. I thought 8'6". I said 8'6" is a big baby. Like 8'6" is a lot. Well, little did I know. So that's my story. Now it's going to make more sense. I'm going to plop it back in. So now you're going to see me on my hands and knees. And you're going to see the rest of it obviously is going to move very quickly. So I'm going to put all these together and I'm going to see if I need to talk to you again later. We'll see. Thank you, guys.
The contraction pattern is, like she said, is a little long. Have you had the blood in your urine?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to sound crazy and there's really good.
Come on.
Ay.
Come on. Acuerda. Respira hondo, un punto visual. There you go.
Ay. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, thank you, God.
Careful, Mama. He's got poop right there.
Okay. Oh. Is he massive? Yeah. Oh.
How much for your other one?
7'6".
He is bigger than 7'6".
Oh.
That's all about it. Happy birthday. What's his name?
Leo.
Lucky Leo. Born on
Eh. Oh, baby. Oh. Ay, bebé. ¿Y la bolita?
Dad, are you going to cut this cord?
Yes.
Yes, Mama?
Yeah.
Are you okay after we cut the cord if I take him over, get him clean the abdomen triangle, and then come put him skin to skin with you?
Good job. Oh, good job, baby.
Good job, Mama.
Oh.
You did so good. I'm
You
so
did
proud of
thank
you.
About to get that baby
Look
here.
at that. That was full circle. I got to check it yesterday in triage.
Oh, you did.
She's like, I don't remember. I know.
Oh.
All right, right here. Can you see, camera?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to lift him up so you can see good look at him, okay?
Oh, look they're here. Hi, baby. Oh my God. Yeah. Igualito.
Your mama pushed you out? Shut that part out.
Ay, bebé, no llores, mi amor. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Tienes frío? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Oh, you got lips. Ay. Le puse la teta y no comió, pero...
Dale un beso, dale un beso. Ay, qué bebé.
Look.
He's crying.
He was a little bit, but now he's sleeping. How is he?
I want to go for
Tú no te puedes parar solito.
Pero
¿Por qué?
Cuidado, papi. Dale un bebé.
You wanna see him?
Ese es tu hermanito.
Mira la manita.
I want to see the prize.
The surprise that he got for you? Okay, here, give him to me.
You got him or you want me to take him?
I got him. It's alright.
He's like, oh.
Alright, everybody. I don't even know what to say about all that because it was pretty bad. I don't know if it will make sense for me to add myself talking in between the clips because a lot happened. So I will watch it, and then if I need to add myself talking afterwards, I will. But long story short, we almost had a C-section. Leo was 9 pounds and 2 ounces. I have no idea how. I knew he was big. I didn't know he was that big. My guess was like, I don't know. I thought 8'6" was too big. But he's here. He's happy. He's good. We're still in the hospital. We're on day 2, so Lucas met him and he was super excited to meet him. So now he's cuddling with Daddy. They've been cuddling. And I'll show you guys him when I get him a little later. Alright guys, we're officially going home. This was our view from the room. Oh, you can't see, it's the lake. We're going home. He's tired, I'm tired, we're hungry. He looks just like Lucas. They look like twins.